What's good, YouTube? MLB Updates 365 here, back with another video. The MLB trade deadline is quickly approaching. We're less than a month away, and a lot of rumors are starting for some big-time players. So today, we're going to give 8 MLB trades that should happen at the trade deadline based on team needs, whether they need a starting pitcher, a bullpen arm, or a big-time bat. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So starting things off, the Kansas City Royals had the third worst record in Major League Baseball and will absolutely be sellers at this year's trade deadline, with Andrew Benintendi being their biggest trade piece. I'm going to be honest, when Bryce Harper got hurt and was ruled out for minimum 6 weeks, I thought Benintendi made way too much sense for the Philadelphia Phillies. Benintendi is having a great season, slashing .316, .381, .398, and he has ties with Phillies GM Dave Dombrowski, who was the GM in Boston when he was drafted and won a World Series ring in 2018. Although Benintendi makes sense and a deal could still happen, I think Royals center fielder Michael A. Taylor is the guy the Phillies should trade for. Taylor's an elite defender in center field, as he posted the best defensive run save mark among center fielders last year and also won the Gold Glove in the American League. On top of that, he's an above average hitter, and although he might not be a better player than Andrew Benintendi, he won't cost as much and is a better fit for the Phillies, who have the offense but lack a true defensive center fielder. Next up, we have Oakland Athletics outfielder Ramon Laureano. There is no doubt in my mind, Joey Gallo will not be a New York Yankee after August 1st, which allows Aaron Judge to move back to his normal position in right field if they acquire a true center fielder. Ramon Laureano could be a potential trade target for New York and is one of the premier defenders in center field. He's currently having a down year offensively, but going to a World Series contender like New York and having him hit towards the bottom of the lineup compared to the 3 spot like he is in Oakland would be very beneficial in my opinion. Sticking with the Oakland Athletics, starting pitcher Frankie Montas is the best starting pitcher available and is under contract for 2 more seasons. He's coming off a top 6 finish in the Cy Young voting in each of the last 2 seasons and has followed that up with a 3.20 ERA with 99 strikeouts in 95 innings this year. The Athletics' asking price will be high, and rightfully so, but if the St. Louis Cardinals are serious about competing this year, they gotta pull the trigger. St. Louis has one of the best offenses in baseball, and their bullpen has been really good too, but the starting rotation outside of Adam Wainwright and Miles Mikolas is questionable and has been hampered by injuries. Moving on, Josh Bell will be a hot commodity at this year's trade deadline as he's one of the best bats available, and the Boston Red Sox should be all over him. The Red Sox have one of the best offenses in the league, ranking 6th in runs scored, but that isn't due to their production at first base. Josh Bell makes perfect sense for Boston, who's in win now mode, but also have top prospect Tristan Casas' debut looming. Bobby Dalbec and Franchy Cordero aren't producing enough at the major league level right now, and Josh Bell is in the midst of a career year, slashing .315, .398, .508 with 12 home runs. Up next, we have our first bullpen arm on this list, and that is Baltimore Orioles closer Jorge Lopez. The Los Angeles Dodgers bullpen has been very solid this season, posting the 6th best bullpen ERA, but there's no such thing as too many bullpen arms. One of the Dodgers' top relief pitchers, Daniel Hudson, is now out for the year with a torn ACL, and Lopez is currently having a career year, posting a 1.83 ERA in 39 innings, and could be a nice addition in the back end of the bullpen. Continuing with bullpen arms, David Robertson is having a resurgent year in 2022, posting a 1.95 ERA and 11 saves with the Chicago Cubs. Once again, the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen has been an issue, posting a combined 4.25 ERA on the year, and outside of the production, Robertson is familiar with the AL East, having pitched for the Yankees for 9 seasons and can serve as a setup man to Jordan Romano. If Frankie Montas is the best starting pitcher available at this year's trade deadline, then Luis Castillo is number 2, and you can make the debate he's the best arm available. So far this season in 11 starts, he is 3-4 with a 3.09 ERA, and his last start was 7 innings where he allowed 1 run and struck out 6 against Atlanta. The Braves got a great look at him firsthand, and acquiring him could be the move that puts the Braves over the hump in the NL East and helps defend their World Series title. Last but not least, and to wrap up our list, we have Chicago Cubs catcher Wilson Contreras. Contreras is the best bat available at this year's trade deadline, and he is currently hitting .274 with 13 home runs and has an OPS just under 900. In my opinion, I believe he makes a lot of sense for the Tampa Bay Rays based off need, but also because they had the prospects to get him and is a free agent after the 2022 season. The Rays currently hold the 2nd wildcard spot in the American League, but rank 23rd in all of baseball in runs scored, and a huge weakness for the Rays has been their catcher production. Mike Zunino is currently hurt, and when he was healthy, he wasn't producing. And Francisco Mejia, who is the backup catcher, also hasn't lit it up either, so Contreras could be a game-changing addition. And that's going to wrap up the video. Let me know down below if you want to see a part 2 or if you agreed or disagreed with any of my predictions throughout the video. On top of that, make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok, MLB.updates365. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, make sure to do that. We're on the road to 3K. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.